demonstration team, there's a little firecracker who's grown from a little spark to a brilliant star of the show. His name is Little Ernie, son of Mr. Reyes. On March 7, 1981, 8-year-old Ernie Reyes Jr. became the youngest kata competitor to ever place in national competition in the adults division. Little Ernie Reyes Jr. had made martial arts history. He'd been the first Pee-wee to ever be ranked in the National Star Rating System for adults in Karate Illustrated magazine in 1981. Margie is the senior black belt of all the West Coast demo team members. She was the first black belt Mr. Reyes produced and was also one of the 5 original demo team members, of which 4 are still hanging in with relentless determination. As a performer, Margie has superb technique. She is living proof that with hard work and determination, female martial artists can be just as fine technicians as the men. Although she's small in size, she makes that up by being big in heart. Joel Weldon says, success comes in cans, not in cannots. People believe because you're a lady, you can't do jumping or aerial techniques. Women shouldn't express themselves with loud, spirited shouts and facial expressions because it isn't ladylike. For the demo team and Margie, when it comes to martial arts techniques and performances, there's only one way, 110% commitment with no hang-ups. Margie's been a guiding light for other women to follow to strive for perfection and go beyond limitations. Margie's also the head instructor of the mini West Coast demo team, who range in age from 7 to 15 years. Margie definitely adds strength and balance to the West Coast demo team's reputation of champions. The person who's truly the leader in creative form is George Chung. To show his versatility as a competitor, he would win first place in creative musical forms, his specialty, then place in Korean, Japanese, Kung Fu, Kempo, and weapons forms on top of that. On the national tournament circuit, there has been no other competitor that has accomplished this type of martial arts feat. As far as George's tournament record goes, it would take pages to list, but in condensed form, in 1979 and 1980, he was the #1 forms champion rated by Karate Illustrated magazine, Inside Kung Fu magazine, Sports Karate magazine, Kick Illustrated magazine, and Official Karate magazine. In 1980, he won the #1 dual national title in both empty hand and weapons competition, which was a very unique situation. Mr. Chung has truly left his mark as an innovator in creative kata competitions. As a demonstrator, George is very talented and versatile, which is a trademark of the rest of the team members. George is not only a natural performer, he also has an innovative mind. Many of his ideas have enhanced the demo team performances. Mr. Chung loves to perform, and because of this obsession, he has a burning desire to train fanatically and set the audience on fire. This is definitely the tale of this Lone Ranger.
Years ago, Ernie Reyes Jr. had a dream that someday he would be the youngest black belt karate champion in national competition.
With hard work and determination and love for the art, you can make your dreams come true. If you want it bad enough, make up your mind and willpower and go for it.
That was some dream. Since then, Little Ernie has made martial arts history. He was the first Pee-wee to ever be ranked in the National Star System Kata ratings. And in 1979 and 1980, he won more first-place titles than any other Pee-wee in the country in his age division, including the ACA Grand Nationals in Chicago, the Fort Worth Pro-Am, and the National Finals in Oklahoma City. He's moved up to the...
We'd like to give our West Coast salute to the magazines that have been very instrumental in our success and have given us extensive exposure in the martial arts circle. Jim Nail of Black Belt Magazine, Renardo Barden of Karate Illustrated Magazine, Curtis Wong of Inside Kung Fu Magazine, Paul Moslock and John Corcoran of Kick Illustrated Magazine, Al Weiss of Official Karate Magazine, H&W Enterprises and John Worley of Sport Karate Illustrated, Emil Farkas and Stuart Sobel of Creative Action, and Joe Corley and Don and Judy Klein of PKA Karate and ESPN Television Network.
Touch that dial and I'll give you 10 push-ups. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsor. Ernie Reyes' West Coast Institute of Taekwondo, Reno's finest martial arts school, offers fun...